When you think of the Krusty Crab, you probably think of Spongebob being there and cooking up Krabby Patties, but what about the countless episodes where Spongebob is not at the Krusty Krab? Does the restaurant close on certain days, or is there someone else working there when Spongebob isn't?
Hey!
So we know who worked the grill at the Krusty Krab before Spongebob was hired, since we find out some Krusty Krab lore in the season 5 episode The Original Fry Cook.
Well, I'll be cooked in butter. It's Jim, the original fry cook.
Crabs!
The Jim? He who flipped Krabby Patties in the before time?
Jim used to cook patties before Spongebob. However, that doesn't answer our question, since we need to know about current day Bikini Bottom. I had a theory that every episode where we can see Spongebob just being on Conch Street or somewhere else during daytime was taking place on a Sunday, and the Krusty Krab was closed on Sundays.
I came to make sure you don't oversleep and miss work.
Oh, gee, SpongeBob, that's very thoughtful of you.
My pleasure, Squidward. That's what good neighbors are for.
You did overlook one teensy little detail, however.
What's that, Squidward?
It's Sunday!
But there's plenty of things going against this theory. First of all, there is absolutely no way Krabs would have the restaurant closed like any day of the week.
Open 24 hours, eh? I knew he couldn't resist staying open later than me. My evil plan is working perfectly. He'll run his employees into the ground.
And this is not the only time either. Back in the season 2 episode Graveyard Shift, Krabs introduced the night shift.
Money? You mean, if we stayed open later, you'd give us your money?
Sure.
Mr. Squidward, welcome to the night shift. From now on, the Krusty Krab is open 24 hours a day.
And this night shift comes back many episodes later in the season 11 episode The Night Patty.
Tell him yourself, sweetie. You got a visitor!
Come on back! Hey there, night feeders!
Here we got a whole other crew that works the night shift at the Krusty Krab, which, yes, of course, includes Nosferatu.
Hey, boss! Can this little fella here take over my shift tonight?
However, this episode should probably not be considered as canon, since it ends like this.
Case history of a fry cook who wanted a late-night snack but ended up in the fry vat of doubt. Mr. SquarePants will never know. He has worked a shift in the tidal zone.
This episode being part of the tidal zone means that, yeah, it's not canon, so it doesn't really help us. The same goes for Welcome to the Bikini Bottom Triangle in season 7.
Mr. Krabs? Pearl, what are you doing here?
Oh, nothing, SpongeBob. Just trying to juggle schoolwork, having a social life, and running the family business, that's all.
Drama queen.
Here, Pearl cooks Krabby Patties for just kinda no reason, and then in the ending, this random captain guy cooks patties as well.
What? Actually, the name's Charles. I figured I'd hold down the fort for you while you were gone. So, you've been the one making Krabby Patties? Yep, all me.
We have seen the Krusty Krab running without Squidward before in Nasty Patty, where it's just SpongeBob and Krabs working.
Wash your hands, clean the floors, change your underwear. The health inspector's here. If he finds one health violation, he'll close us down for good. We've got to do everything in our power to make sure he passes the Krusty Krab.
In this episode there is no one at the register, and SpongeBob serves the food with no Squidward in sight.
Diabolical Krabby Patty ever spawned.
I call it the Nasty Patty.
Hey! Hurry up with that patty!
Here you are, sir. Enjoy.
And we have also seen the Krusty Krab running without SpongeBob in the season 2 episode Your Shoes Untied.
Hi, SpongeBob.
Oh no, I can't let Patrick see I still haven't tied my shoes.
Here both Patrick and another customer got Krabby Patties already, even though Spongebob ain't even started yet.
Oh, barnacles. Maybe I should just lay here.
Those patties aren't gonna cook themselves, SpongeBob.
And then in Bubble Buddy, also in Season 2, Spongebob walks in to the Krusty Crab, which is already open, with customers already eating Krabby Patties.
Don't be shy. Come on.
Please, come again. When I'm not working. Next.
Hi, Squidward.
How am I supposed to enjoy your day off if you come to work anyway?
Spongebob orders Krabby Patties for Bubble Buddy, and someone other than Spongebob makes them, and then we see this.
And Squidward, the ketchup should be under the patty. And Squidward, the pickle should be on the left side. And Squidward, you should... And Squidward, and Squidward, and Squidward, and Squidward.
Here, one of everything. No cheese, no crust, pickles to the left, 4 squirts of ketchup, wheat buns, non-dairy lettuce.
Could Squidward be working double, both manning the register and cooking patties when Spongebob isn't there? Well, we have seen Squidward make Krabby Patties before to very mixed results. Now, there is Employee of the Month in Season 1, where he kinda goes crazy alongside Spongebob.
Faster, SpongeBob, faster!
There's nothing to this patty flipping, Mr. Krabs. I'll easily double your output, Sponge Hog.
Boys, boys, boys!
In Breath of Fresh Squidward, after Squidward gets shocked into a personality change, he is shown to be on a similar level as Spongebob.
You'd never be up to it.
SpongeBob, what are you doing with those patties?
Oh, these are no good, Mr. Krabs. Squidward made them.
They look okay to me.
But he's not a real fry cook.
He is now. Give him an apron and put him to work.
In Super Evil Aquatic Villain Team Up is Go, dumbass title. Squidward serves Krabby Patties to Man Ray and Plankton while Spongebob is running around the other side of town.
SpongeBob, where have you been? I've been covering for you on the grill for the past 3 hours. My arm feels like it's gonna snap in half.
But in other attempts, the result of Squidward cooking Krabby Patties, it looks a lot more like what happens in Pickles.
Patties are done.
Hey, he burnt my Krabby Patty.
He burnt my fries.
He burnt my shake.
It just depends on the plot. When Spongebob leaves or is fired or something, Squidward can't make Krabby Patties, and they need Spongebob back.
I gotta get SpongeBob back. I gotta get SpongeBob back.
And when Spongebob goes to the Krusty Crab and someone else needs to make Krabby Patties for plot convenience, Squidward knows how to make Krabby Patties. In Season 5's Friend or Foe, we find out the backstory behind the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Well, that's ruined. But no use letting this go to waste. These kids will eat anything. I've done it. I discovered the perfect patty batter.
Krabs came up with the recipe, so he would obviously know how to make patties in like present day, unless he forgot. It would also make sense with how Jim quit seemingly a while before Help Wanted took place. Unless the restaurant was closed or someone else was hired in between Jim and Spongebob, Krabs or Squidward was probably manning the grill and getting tired of it, so Krabs put up the Help Wanted sign.
Help me fit these patties. We've got growling stomachs out there.
No, 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 no.
Then would it be too much trouble to ask His High and Mightiness to take these patties out to the customers? Oh, if only SpongeBob were here.
But we have actually seen someone else cook Krabby Patties at the Krusty Krab, presumably between Jim and Spongebob, in Truth or Square in Season 6.
Good morning, not SpongeBob.
This guy has, to my knowledge, not appeared in any other episode of the show. Now, this scene pretty much serves the same purpose as the flashbacks in the original Fry Cook. And if this show had any type of continuity, they would have just used Jim in the flashback. But they used two different characters in two different flashbacks, so I'm gonna have to look at it from that perspective. This looks much more recent compared to the flashbacks in the original Fry Cook, so my headcanon is that not Spongebob, this guy, was hired at the Krusty Crab after Jim quit, and then also he quit the Krusty Crab, so the help wanted sign went up. This guy seemingly could cook Krabby Patties, so he probably quit on his own accord and wasn't fired. Now, he don't work there anymore of course, and for present day, Krabs or Squidward just stepping in every time Spongebob is late or off work is possible, but there is another explanation presented by the season 3 episode Just One Bite.
Holy shrimp! I don't know where to start. But all that matters is that it's just you.
There is a big ass patty vault in the Krusty Krab. When Spongebob isn't at work, Krabs could just be making like Squidward serve these. The patties aren't even frozen, so I have no idea how this works. We have seen before how fast Spongebob can make Krabby Patties, so maybe he just stashes up the night before he gets a day off. Now you might say that with them not even being frozen, this would make them not very fresh the next day, and I would say that it's Krabs. It's Mr. Krabs. We are not putting anything past bro, like 1 day old Krabby Patties, he's serving that shit.
First of all, congratulations, Mr. Krabs.
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money.
I don't really see why the patty vault would exist, unless it's for when Spongebob ain't there, cause yet again, when he works fast. So there are a few possible answers we got here to the question of who works the grill when Spongebob is gone. Number 1, Squidward cooked Krabby Patties to his best abilities. Number 2, Krabs cooks them as he was the one that made the recipe in the first place. Or number 3, they have a stash in the patty vaults. Y'all let me know down in the comments which one you think is more plausible.